Today we have some really exciting news to share with you, and if you were born before 1961, this might be just the information you've been waiting for. The Department of Work and Pensions, which we call the DWP, has just made an official announcement, and new state pension payments are arriving this week for people in a specific age group. So stick around because we're going to break down exactly what this means for you and how it might affect your finances. First, let's understand what the state pension actually is. The state pension is money that the government gives to people who have reached retirement age. Think of it like a reward from the country for all the years you've worked and paid taxes. Throughout your working life, whenever you earn money, a portion went to something called national insurance contributions. These contributions build up over time, and when you reach the right age, the government uses these to pay you a regular amount of money each month. This payment is designed to help you live comfortably during your retirement years when you're no longer working. Now, here's where today's announcement becomes really important. The DWP has confirmed that there is a specific group of people who were born before 1961 who are eligible to receive new state pension payments. This is significant because it means that some people who may have been wondering about their pension situation are finally getting clarity and, more importantly, getting the money they deserve. The fact that this is happening this week means that these payments are not just planned for some time in the future, they're actually arriving right now. This is breaking news in the truest sense because the money is coming very soon. Let's talk about who exactly should be paying attention to this news. If you were born in 1960 or earlier, this announcement is directly relevant to you. The age cutoff of 1961 is important because it determines eligibility. People born in 1960 would be around 64 years old right now, while those born earlier would be even older. The DWP has specifically identified this group as needing these new payments, which suggests that there might have been some kind of gap or issue with their previous pension arrangements that is now being corrected. The reason the DWP is making this announcement now is probably quite important. Government agencies don't usually make sudden announcements about pension payments without good reason. It's possible that the department has completed a review of pension records and discovered that certain individuals had not been receiving the full amount they were entitled to. Or perhaps there were people who had fallen through the cracks in the system. When the government discovers situations like this, they work to put things right, and that's exactly what seems to be happening here. These new payments represent the DWP taking action to ensure that everyone gets what they should receive. One of the key things to understand about this announcement is the word new. When we talk about new payments, we're not necessarily talking about a completely different type of pension. What we mean is that these are payments that are either being started for the first time or being restarted for people who may not have been receiving them before. This could mean that the DWP has identified a group of people whose cases needed reviewing, and now the department is correcting those cases by sending payments. It's a bit like if you went to a shop, paid for something, and the shopkeeper forgot to give you your correct change. When you come back and they notice the mistake, they give you the money you should have received. That's essentially what's happening here. The timing of this week is crucial information. The fact that the DWP is telling everyone this news now, with payments arriving this week, means there's no long waiting period. If you're eligible, you won't have to wait months and months wondering when the money will come. It's happening right now and this week. This kind of quick timeline suggests that the DWP has done the work behind the scenes already, sorted out all the details, and is now ready to get the money into people's bank accounts without delay. Let's think about why this news is so important to share and why so many people are talking about it. Money matters are always important, but they become especially important when we're talking about retirement. When people reach retirement age, they usually stop working and earning a salary. Without a regular income from a job, people depend on their pensions and other savings to pay for their housing, food, medicine, and everything else they need. So when the government announces new pension payments, it can genuinely make a real difference to someone's life and their ability to live with dignity and comfort in their later years. If you think you might be eligible for these payments based on your birth date, the next step is to make sure the DWP has your correct contact information and bank details. The government department will likely contact people to inform them, but it's also smart to check your records and make sure everything is up to date. If you've moved house recently or changed your bank account, now is a good time to contact the DWP and update your information so that if you are eligible, the payments can reach you without any problems. What's really encouraging about this announcement is that it shows the DWP is actively working to make sure people get the money they deserve. Government systems are complex, And sometimes mistakes happen or situations get overlooked. When these problems are discovered and fixed, it demonstrates that the system has checks and balances to catch errors and put things right. This should give people confidence that their pension arrangements are being looked after. Another important point to consider is that this announcement is just this week's news. There may be further developments or announcements in the coming weeks and months. If you're watching this and you think you might be affected, it's worth keeping an eye on official DWP communications and news updates. Sometimes these announcements build on each other, and what starts this week might lead to more developments later on. For anyone who has been worried about their pension situation or wondering if there was an issue with their payments, today's news is probably quite a relief. It confirms that the DWP is paying attention, sorting things out, and making sure people in this age group get sorted with their payments. The fact that this is happening this week is even better because it means the waiting is over and the action is happening now. As we wrap up, let's recap the most important points. The DWP has confirmed new state pension payments for people born before 1961. These payments are arriving this week, which means you don't have to wait long to hear more information or potentially receive money if you're eligible. The announcement shows that the government is taking action to ensure everyone gets the correct pension they deserve. If you were born in 1960 or earlier, make sure your contact details and bank information are up to date so you can receive payments smoothly if you're eligible. And if you're not sure whether this applies to you, it's worth checking the official DWP website or contacting them directly to ask. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this information helpful, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel so you don't miss important updates like this in the future. Leave a comment below if you have any questions about this announcement or if you want to share how this news affects you. We really appreciate you watching, and we'll see you in the next video with more important information to help you understand the things that matter most.